And then in 2009, your nephew, Waka Flocka Flame, who's Deb's son, who's always sort of around the hip hop scene. He was always around Gucci and everything else like that when, Deb was managing him. He comes out with his own hit song, Oh, Let's Do It.
Mm-hmm.
And you started to basically roll with him. And, when me and Waka Flocka ran into each other at, was it Wycliffe Studio?
Yeah.
You were with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was actually very, I don't know if you know what happened that day before you showed up, but what had happened was me and Waka never really met, but I remember I put up a post about Waka that he didn't like. It wasn't anything really insulting. It was sort of kind of a funny post, but I know he made a comment about how he didn't like it, right? So like Waka came in, and I remember my security wasn't there yet. My security was arriving a little bit later. But Waka came in, and I know he didn't know who I was, right? Because I don't put my face out there. But I'm like, fuck it. We're men. I think me and him could have a conversation about it, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, Waka, I'm Vlad from Vlad TV. He's like, we gotta talk, bro. We go outside. Waka's, I'm like 6'2", but Waka's like 6'4" or something, 6'4", right? He towered over me, right?
Yeah.
So I remember we go outside, he's looking at me, and I'm like, we go in the hallway, he's looking at me, and I'm like, all right, listen, I know you're upset about that one post, but if you notice, even with me knowing you're upset, we've been supporting you this whole time. We've been doing posts about you. We've been following your career and actually, giving our media push behind you. And he was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. You have been doing that. I'm like, so I apologize for that one post, but by my actions, you see what I'm really about. And he's like, yeah, bro, that's a good point. So we ended up hugging it out, and we've been cool ever since. That's when you came in. And I think you already knew that Waka had a problem with me. So you were like, oh, you're Vlad? And I'm like, yeah, we already worked it out outside. He's like, oh, okay, cool.
You remember that? Yo, that's funny. That's funny. Because your voice is distinct, so you know your voice. So when I hear it, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Later that night, we actually shot the music. Waka shot his music video that I was in.
Yeah.
Facts. And I think he put his chain on me.
Yep,
I'm like in the video.
Yep.
And it was actually like a cool little moment.
Yeah.
That actually worked out well, I think, for everyone involved.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.